Hello everyone. Welcome to our channel. Today, we will learn essential N400 questions and vocabularies needed to navigate the path to US citizenship. Especially, this video is easy to review your ability to pass the part of N400 Part 12 questions and vocabularies quickly. If this video is useful to you, please press a like and share it with everyone. Let's start today's video.
Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony?
No.
What does pay alimony mean?
Pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce as per court order.
Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence?
No.
What does it mean to advocate?
To support.
Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or a rehabilitative program? For example, diversion, deferred prosecution, withheld adjudication, deferred adjudication.
No.
What does diversion mean?
A different program to avoid jail time.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No, never.
Do you understand what misrepresentation is?
To provide wrong information.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes.
What does civilian mean?
A person who is not in the military.
Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
What does religion mean?
A belief in God.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes, I do.
What are non-combatant services?
Services that do not involve combat.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
What does claim to be a U.S. citizen mean?
To state you are a U.S. citizen.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in a vigilante unit?
No, officer.
What is a vigilante unit?
A group of people who acts like the police, but are not the police.
Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
Define permanent resident.
Lawfully authorized to live permanently.
Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption for military service in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
What is an exemption?
Special permission for not doing something.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with the Communist Party?
No, never.
What does Communist Party mean?
No freedom like China.
Were you ever involved in any way with genocide?
No, officer.
What is genocide?
To kill a whole race.
Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
No.
Define exclude.
Prevent from entering into the United States.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with a terrorist organization?
No, never.
What is a terrorist organization?
An organization that uses violence against people.
Do you now have, or did you ever have a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
Please define hereditary title.
A royal title such as prince or princess.
Were you ever involved in any way with badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose?
No.
Define badly hurting.
Severe attack to cause pain or injury.
Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony?
No.
Define dependent.
Someone who relies on another person.
Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution?
No.
What is prostitute?
Someone who does physical relation for money.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
Please define claim.
To say something is true.
Have you ever persecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
What does persecute mean?
To hurt someone badly.
Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings, including administratively closed proceedings, currently pending against you?
No.
Do you know the meaning of pending?
Waiting to happen.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No.
What is misleading?
To give a wrong idea.
Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No.
What does registered mean?
To sign up.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in paramilitary unit?
No, officer.
What is a paramilitary unit?
Like a military group, but not official.
Were you ever involved in any way with not letting someone practice his or her religion?
No.
What does religion mean?
A belief in God.
Have you ever been discharged from training or service in the U.S. Armed Forces because you were an alien?
No.
What is an alien?
Not a U.S. citizen.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No.
Do you know what legally incompetent means?
Can't make any decision as per law because of mental problem.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No, officer.
What does declared means?
To be told something publicly.
Have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics?
No.
What does controlled substances mean?
Buy as per doctor's prescription.
Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States?
No.
What is public benefit?
Government programs that provide assistance to the public.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand what civilian direction means?
A direction from a person who is not in the military.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes, of course.
What is work of national importance?
Tasks that are important to a nation.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes, of course.
What does bear arms mean?
To own or use a gun.
Have you ever been a member of, or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with any other totalitarian party?
No, never.
What does totalitarian party mean?
Government controls everything and people have no power.
Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No, never.
What does it mean to file a tax return?
To send tax paperwork to the government.
Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence?
No, officer.
Please define overthrow of any government.
To remove a government from power.
Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Define drafted.
Being selected as a soldier.
Did you ever sell, give or provide weapons to any person, or help another person to sell, give or provide weapons to any person?
No.
What is weapon?
Like a knife or gun.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes, I do.
What does the form of government of the United States mean?
Republic.
Have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No.
What does it mean to be arrested?
Handcuffed by the police.
Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled?
No, never.
What does suspended sentence mean?
Delaying a sentence.
Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
What does owe mean?
To have a debt.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in an insurgent organization?
No.
What is insurgent organization?
A group who fights against a government.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No, never.
What does confined means?
To be kept in a place.
Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony?
No.
What does alimony mean?
Financial support.
Were you ever involved in any way with forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations?
No, officer.
What is forcing for sexual contact or relations?
To touch someone's body when they don't want it.
Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason?
No.
Do you understand the meaning of cited?
Given a ticket by the police.
Have you ever been ordered removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
No.
Define exclude.
To prevent from entering into the United States.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in a militia?
No, officer.
Please define militia.
An army who does not work for a government.
Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in detention facility?
No.
Define detention facility.
A place where people are forced to stay.
Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution?
No.
Can you explain what mental institution is?
Hospital for people with mental problems.
Have you ever been a habitual drunkard?
No.
What is a habitual drunkard?
Someone who drinks too much alcohol regularly.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No.
What does fraudulent mean?
To claim something that is not true.
Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No, officer.
What is overdue?
Pass a deadline.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes, of course.
Do you understand what oath of allegiance is?
A promise to be loyal to the United States.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in a rebel group?
No, never.
What is a rebel group?
A group who fights a government.
Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help or otherwise participate in a self-defense unit?
No.
What is a self-defense unit?
A unit that protects itself against any attack without others' help.
Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling?
No.
What does gamble mean?
To play a game for money.